best, now here's the score. I'll give you that in groups of 4. That's not enough, you want some more? Here's Native Warrior Crazy Horse. Rushmore. Did you guys hear that music? I'm not hearing this music. I hope you guys are hearing the music. Let me know if you're hearing the music or not. But it is Rushmore. It's time for another Rushmore. You heard it. Okay, that's good. That's good. The internet loves ranking things, guys, like the top 10 most attractive mythical beasts, and I love to follow a trend, but also, I don't like playing favourites. The solution? Rushmore. Bang. Right here. Top 4, no order. Yeah? But you can get involved as well. Close to the Mount Rushmore is a big monument to Crazy Horse. You saw him at the end there. And that's where you guys come in. As I go through my top 4, as I go through my Rushmore, I want you to be thinking about your own entry. And by the end, by the time I've revealed all 4 of them, if I haven't included it, you're the one that you thought of in my list, you get it in the chat and maybe your thought will be chosen as the Crazy Horse. Yeah? That's how this works. That's how this works. This installment, we're taking inspiration from the weather in New York. Not this weather. Not Stormwatch. Let's just double check. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Not Stormwatch. But about the weather that it normally is and that it's going back to on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. Hot and gross and sweaty and gross, actually. As I mentioned at the top of the show, I am lucky enough to have 2 air conditioning units because I need one and cameraman George apparently needs one as well, even though he was born and raised in Mexico and Mexico's super hot. Whatever. I'm over it. I'm not even... So for those of you who aren't lucky enough to be blessed by the god of conditioned air, here is the Rushmore of ways to keep cool at home when you don't have air conditioning. Yeah? I'm reaching out to you guys. You're welcome. And remember, keep your ideas in your head for this list. Think of something. How do you keep it cool at home when you don't have air conditioning? How do you do it? And if I don't get to yours in my 4, get it in the chat. You could be the Crazy Horse. Okay. So here's our list. Here's our Rushmore monument. Here's our Rushmore monument. Keeping cool at home without air conditioning. What have we got first? Head in freezer. I've got a question to ask you guys. How do we stay full? Do we eat tiny bits of food like a strawberry? No. No. We have big hits of food, yeah? Sometimes called meals. Sometimes called meals. In order to stave off hunger. And so why not do the same with staying cool? Most of the day, sure, you're feeling hot, you're feeling sweaty, you're feeling unpleasant. But every so often, why not indulge in the coldest place in your house? The freezer. Just open the door, shove your face in. Bang. Cold envelops you and you're bombarded with that weird smoke that comes from ice that I don't really understand. It feels wonderful, and whilst you're in there, it's also a good time to take stock of your frozen goods to make sure that you're not letting things live in the back of there for years. It's double useful, yeah? 30 seconds, once an hour, you're golden. Or you're slightly blue. There we go. Keep your head in the freezer. Number 1. Number 2, wet towel on neck. So this is a new one. This is one that I've only just discovered. I was complaining to cameraman George recently about having to leave the house to go job hunting and how hot and sweaty it made me. So George researched online and bought these towels. You wet them, you pop them in the fridge or freezer, then you take them out as you leave the house and wrap them around your neck. And when I say that these towels have changed the game, I mean that the game is now changed because of these towels. My levels of sweat, my levels of frustration, my levels of anger, all dropped significantly since I started down this wet towel route. Does it soak my t-shirts? Absolutely. But I would much rather be soaked with ice-cold water than rage sweat, huh? I mean, who knew that the neck was the key to the whole body heat conundrum? Who knew that? Not me. Not me. Just goes to show, I suppose, that God has a pretty nifty sense of humour. Thanks, God. And if anybody from the company that makes these, called Coooool, is watching, please employ me as a spokesperson. My adverts would be creative and enthusiastic. As an example there. A little bit more crazy. Is that one, perhaps? Something a bit more kind of abstract, a bit more avant-garde. Yeah, I could do that. When I'm actually wearing one, yeah, I could do that as well. I can do it all. Okay, so just pop into my DMs afterwards. Okay. Wet towel on neck. What have we got next? What have we got next? Ice lolly. There we go. What could be more logical, guys? What could be more logical than trying to alter your temperature from the inside out? Yeah. If you cool down your heart and your lungs and your bowel and your liver and let that icy coolness seep outwards like the radiation wave after an atomic blast, surely that's going to work a treat. Absolutely it is. And the best and most delicious way to drop the temperature of your insides is with an ice lolly. Now, I will say, there are many ice cream bars and ice cream sandwiches and feasts and magnums and Soleros out there, and they're all delicious, even the almond ones. But if you want the best results, guys, you're going to have to sacrifice a modicum of the taste for the pure, unbridled coldness of a freeze pop. Yeah? This is where it's at. This is it's a cylinder of frozen fructose water. That's it. It's nice and simple. It gets the job done. They're cheap as chips, or probably even slightly cheaper than chips. Now I come to think of it, depending on how many chips you buy. At a push, they can be replaced with a slush puppy or snow cone, but then the ice does come pre-crushed and is therefore not going to have quite the same impact internally. You get what you pay for, is what I'm saying. Ice lolly. And number four, and the Rushmore of keeping cool at home without air conditioning. Lying on tiles. So if your idea is not is none of these four, then I want you to get it in the chat. Here's your time to get it in the chat, okay? One of these four. This is the Rushmore. If you want to be the crazy horse, get it in the chat. Or we go through here. When all else fails, guys, one must simply lie down. Yeah? Not only will you be motionless and therefore burning 0 calories, working up no warmth, but you can also draw in coldness from the floor. If you are clever. Carpet or rug? Lie on a carpet or rug? No way. Hardwood or imitation hardwood flooring? Yeah, it's fine, but it's not great. Ceramic tiles? Yeah, baby. Let the ever-present coldness, the dreaded enemy of your wintertime midnight toilet visits, become your ally in your fight against overheating. The more body surface area you can get in contact with the floor, the better, so feel free to get as naked as propriety or your conscience allows. This is actually a suggestion that was made to me when I was compiling this list by my son, Jesus, who often takes advantage of the bathroom floor tiles to cool off after a hot walk. But for me, a human-sized person, my bathroom just too small to fully extend. But luckily we have the same tiles that we do in the, we have tiles in the bathroom, but you also have tiles outside of our flat in the hall, the bottom of the stairs that leads down to the basement. So occasionally, even with the air conditioning, sometimes I do still go down there. Okay, so that is my Rushmore.
You just watched a highlight from the Most Week show. Congratulations. If you're still hungry for more, there's a playlist to my left with every single episode on it. But if you want to experience the show in the way that God and I intended, you're going to have to watch it live. Twitch.tv/iamnotme, iamart, most Sundays. Like the name, it's clever. You're going to enjoy